Oh, that was close. If there's one thing I hate about cycling, it's potholes. Potholes like this one. Huge great hole just in the middle of the road, no markings around it to show it's there. As soon as you get rain, it's going to be filled up and you wouldn't even know it existed, apart from the fact of the actual edge of the road going to. So one of my pet hates is avoiding potholes like that you just find everywhere, and in the winter when it's muddy and wet and roads are often covered in surface water, they're so hard to see and just so dangerous. I know quite a few people who've come off with potholes and either damaged bikes or damaged themselves. Some of them lucky enough to get some money back off the council. But why is it? So I've been doing some research, and in the UK there's meant to be something like 1 million potholes a year, and 500,000 of those cause problems to traffic or car damage and things like that. And even within the cycling world, 20% of people say they've been affected, people who cycle regularly, by potholes, and of them a smaller portion have actually come off and had accidents. So why is it that a country that's meant to be a first world country, one of the G7, still has such bad roads? I'd love to know what the roads around you are like, and whether you have loads of potholes if you live in a different country to the UK. What are the state of the roads generally like? In Britain they seem to think there's about 6 every mile of road, and obviously that's disproportionate, because some roads are good and some roads are terrible and must have a lot more than that. And if it's not potholes, it's just the surface of the road, like this surface down here, as you can see, just completely gone, and will eventually lead to even bigger potholes. And they're just all over the place. This year in the UK, the government has earmarked £8 billion for roads and road development and renewal. But how much of that actually goes to fixing potholes and making the roads we've got safer to ride on? I'd really like to know, because it's basically farmed out to the councils, and councils who seem to be strapped for cash at the moment just can't afford to keep the roads up, and it's us that has to pay the price, whether you're on a bike or in a car. And of course the danger with potholes doesn't just come from the potholes themselves, it comes from, particularly as cyclists, having to avoid them and veering out into traffic. And it's those sort of things which create those very dangerous situations on the road. Well, I mean, look at the size of this one. It's like a crater at the side of the road. You can never be complacent when you're out on a ride. You always need to be watching ahead, especially, like I said, if the roads are wet and there's water on the roads. All down the side of the road there. So is there anything that really winds you up about cycling or gets your blood boiling, as mine sometimes does with potholes? Drop it in the comments below. So I'd love to know what you think about the state of the roads, and as I said, what they're like around you. And sorry this is more of a moan today, but I just thought it's something topical that needs to be spoken about. And I know there are lots of people that do voice their opinions about potholes to the government and councils, but maybe more of us should be doing that to make sure it is on the agenda at least. If you found this video useful or interesting, don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until next time, bye for now.